Well, I think that there are a lot of ways in which journalists could use Twitter to be better at their job. To name a few, one, Twitter's a great tool for discovering people who are very smart about the subject that you're writing about. There are many brilliant people on every topic that someone writes about, and journalists, they can't get in touch with all of them. But they can get in touch with more of them if they pay attention on Twitter and see who is writing interesting things about the topic that they write about. You'll discover a whole new network of sources that you may not have seen before. Another way you can use Twitter is that it is a great way to promote your own stories, to take something that you've written and share it with your audience on Twitter. Because the great thing about Twitter is that an audience can multiply several times as a piece of information is being spread. From the Neiman Journalism Lab, which I run, we have 16,000 people who follow us on Twitter. So when we tweet about one of our stories, all those people get to see it, or at least many of them. And then lots of them turn around and retweet it to their friends. So instead of just reaching our audience, we're reaching all of their friends and their audiences and their networks. And that means that we're reaching more people who might then realize, hey, I'd like to hear more about this story. So it's great for building audience. Another way that Twitter can be very useful is for having interaction with your audience. It's very easy to start, once you've built up an audience on Twitter, to start asking questions. These may not be questions that require expertise, but it may just be a way to gauge, what are people talking about? What are the things I should be writing about? On the particular beat that I'm working on, what's the buzz? What are people discussing? You could also be seeking feedback for individual stories. What did you guys think about this? On a couple stories that we've done at the Neiman Journalism Lab, we've had one of our reporters on the phone with someone and said to our Twitter followers, hey, we've got so-and-so on the phone. Anybody got any good questions for him? And as a result, people have said, hey, I've got a good question for him. And we're able to sort of democratize the process of asking questions, something the journalists used to always do on their own. But overall, Twitter is a tremendously powerful tool. In the year that we've been using it at the Neiman Journalism Lab, we've seen enormous return on our investment. At this point, I have 2 full-time people who work for me, and one of them spends about half of his time just working on our Twitter feed. And it's been a tremendously rewarding experience, and it's a great tool for journalists.